What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to give you a little review of 3 different camp stoves from MSR. We have the REACTOR, we have the WINDBURNER, and we have the classic pocket rocket. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take these things outside and actually compare the boil time for each of these. Okay, now keep in mind this is the 1.7 liter version. They also make this in a 1 liter version. This is a 1 liter version of the WINDBURNER, and then this is the classic pocket rocket with about a 1.5 liter pot. Okay, so we're going to be doing 3 tests with these. The first one's going to be with half a liter, the second one's going to be with 0.75, and the third one's going to be with a full liter. Okay, I'll also be using the 8-ounce version of the MSR IsoPro all-season fuel blend. These are all brand new. I picked them up at REI last night, so they should give us a pretty accurate boil time. The temperature outside was about 50 degrees with a slight wind. All 3 stoves handled half a liter very well. Keep in mind with the pocket rocket, the shape or the size of your pot can vary the boiling time. Up next is 0.75 liters. This is the standard amount of water for a backpacker's pantry or mountain house meal. Also keep in mind the fuel canisters were not completely full at this point. Okay, now finally 1 liter. I think the biggest difference here is that the REACTOR is the 1.7 liter version and the WINDBURNER is the 1 liter version. I think if we had the 1.7 liter WINDBURNER, the boil time would have been a little bit lower. The pocket rocket really struggled at just under 8 minutes. I'm also going to compare how loud each of these are because that is important to some people. The REACTOR is definitely the quietest of the 3, with the WINDBURNER not far behind. The pocket rocket is pretty loud compared to the stove. Let's head back inside and talk about each of these in more detail. Okay, so first off, the pocket rocket. This is a classic from MSR. It's been around for a couple years. I think they're already on the pocket rocket version 2, which is a little bit lighter and it might have a little bit of a faster boil time, but pretty much it screws right into the fuel canister. Here's your adjustment knob right here to adjust the fuel on and off. These slide out. And then something I really like about this is you have control over the pot that you choose to use. So if you're cooking like bacon, for example, or pancakes, you can put whatever skillet you want on top of this and it just rests nice and easy. It can fall over if you're not careful. They make little bases for these canisters. But overall, I really like that you have some options with the pots that you choose to use. That's really a nice feature. It's lightweight, it's compact. It's a great all-around stove. I've used it for years. Road trips, backpacking, hiking. It's just really a great setup. Something that's really nice about the pocket rocket is that you can actually adjust the fuel. So if you want to simmer, you can actually simmer food on this. If you want to blast it and boil it, you can blast it and boil it. Unlike other stoves like the REACTOR where it's kind of just on or off, full blast, this you can actually cook pancakes, bacon, different stuff like that. So that is a good advantage of the simple pocket rocket. Some of the cons are the boil time. It's going to be a little bit longer than some of the other ones that we're going to talk about today. At high altitude or high wind, this thing's going to struggle a little bit more. To melt snow, it's definitely not the stove that you want if you're going to be doing any mountaineering, trying to melt snow, stuff like that. But overall, as an adventure stove for road trips, backpacking, your basic hiking trip, this is a great stove. You really can't go wrong and it's inexpensive. Okay, so up next we're going to talk about the WINDBURNER. This is a great stove. This is the 1 liter version. As you can see, it just screws right into the fuel canister here. And then here's your knob to adjust the fuel. The pot actually kind of clips in. So you slide it down and then you spin it and it locks into place there, so you can actually pick it up and move it if you had to. It also comes with a measuring cup and this little stand that you can clip your fuel canister into so it doesn't fall over. It also comes with the lid and this little cloth wrap that you can actually, even if it is boiling or hot, you can still pick up the container without having to worry about burning yourself. And it's also nice, it has a little handle. A couple other things I like about this stove, you can get different pots for it. So they have like a skillet if you want it to cook bacon, some sort of coffee contraption that you can actually make coffee in this. It's a great stove, it has great boil times, and it would do really good in the wind, high altitude. It does really good melting snow. This would be a great stove if you're looking for something a little bit more than just the pocket rocket. If you're looking to boil water a little bit faster, if you're looking to melt any type of snow, or you plan on getting into some windy situations where you actually might need the protection here, this would be a great option. I also like that it has more of a personal feel to it with the handle. This you can actually drink or eat right out of this mug, which for me, I would just boil water with it, but it is an option to eat out of this as well, which is kind of nice. It's also nice that it packs down. This will actually fit down inside of this, and you can just seal it up and you're kind of good to go. It stays nice and compact that way. I do have the pan version for this. There's a pan that clips on, which I really like, and I've cooked bacon on it before and it's turned out really good. The fuel knob, you can adjust it slightly. It's not just on or off like some stoves, which is kind of a nice feature for the WINDBURNER. It's a really great stove. Highly recommend this WINDBURNER. Okay, and finally the reactor. This thing screws right in. Here's your knob right here to adjust the fuel, and then your canister just kind of flips out. There's your lid, and it kind of just sits on top, just like that. If you're looking to mountaineer, if you're looking to melt snow as quickly as possible, if you're looking to boil water as quickly as possible, this is the stove that you want. See, I would never eat out of this. This is strictly for boiling water and dumping it into like my mountain house or backpacker's pantry, something along those lines, or strictly for melting snow, which this thing will rip right through it. The actual stove itself will fit inside of here, which is nice, and this thing will do great in any windy conditions. It's all protected from the wind. All right, so that's about it, guys. I'll drop a couple links below for each of these items, and I'll drop some specs below so that you can check them out. Hopefully this video helps you make up your mind on which stove is right for you. If this video helped, please feel free to leave a like and leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. I've got a couple more gear reviews on the way. Why don't you drop a comment below and let me know what gear you're using? What stove are you using and for what purpose? Yeah, it'd be great to hear back from you guys. All right, that's about it. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.